Hey class, Alec here. Today we're going to talk about the other side of the market coin. Last time we talked about demand. This time we're going to talk about supply. I want you to continue to think about product markets. Product markets is where households demand and businesses supply. So now we're going to look at the supply side of the market, and we're really talking about businesses. We'll change that up when we look at labor markets or factor markets later, but focus on businesses for now. It'll make your life a little bit easier. Remember the 6 levels of analysis. We're going to talk about 5 of those levels today. The first level is just looking at it conceptually. Supply is nothing more than a relation that shows the various quantities that suppliers are willing and able to sell at alternative prices in a given time period. I've underlined 3 key phrases or words in red, and I'm taking those down here and follow it with my trusty yellow pen. And let's focus on this circle right here. The quantity supplied of good one is a function of its price. Okay, ceteris paribus. This ceteris paribus is referring to the phrase that we see up here, given time period. I told you before is that anytime you see given, that means all else the same or under this set of assumptions. And that's what ceteris paribus is doing for us. Importantly, we're going to look on the left hand side of this general functional form. You know I love my general functional forms. Is that we have the dependent variable, the quantity supplied of good one, and on the right side we're going to have the most important independent variable, and that's the goods own price. QS is a function of P1. So then we bring it all down here and say, okay, well, what's the next level of analysis? Let's look at the supply schedule. That simply says, give me the numbers. It's a table of this functional form that we saw up here, QS at P. Now, had I been in a classroom, I would have listed out the prices first. Why? Because the prices are the independent variable. You go to the grocery store and you buy some ice cream, you don't go up to the checkout stand and negotiate the price of that ice cream. You simply take it as given. So I've listed out 5 sets of prices here and the corresponding quantity supplied. This first row says if the price is $5, the quantity supplied would be 20 units. And we can go down this schedule and you can see that the incremental changes are the same, therefore it's linear. Both variables are moving in the same direction, therefore it is a direct or positive relationship. Then we simply say, okay, this is neat. We have the data to support our model. So let's build our model. Let's look at things. Number 3, the supply curve. Let's look at things graphically. I've plotted out the points here. You can see that first data point at a 25, meaning this: if the price is $5, then 20 units would be supplied. That was what we talked about before. I have to be very, very clear on how I say that. If the price of if the price is $5, the quantity supplied would be 20 units. Now you can clearly see the positive slope, you can see the linear function, you're gaining information easier, more quickly than you do by simply looking at the supply schedule. And this is our supply curve at time period 1 or under a given set of assumptions 1. And then we're going to talk about number 4 is the law of supply. This simply says that price and quantity will move in the same direction. If the price goes up, the quantity supplied will go up. Back to our product market example, if prices rise, then the amount that businesses are willing and able to sell will increase, and that's the quantity supplied. If prices fall, then the quantity supplied would fall. Again, the positive relationship between P and Q. I have P first, again, because it's the independent variable. I have Q second because it's the dependent variable. So here's our supply curve. And then we say, okay, now wait a minute, what's point number 5? Market supply is the sum of individual supplies. I see a typo. Let me fix that. Stuff like that drives me crazy. Market supply is the sum of individual supplies. In economics, we refer to that as horizontal summation. This was the question that we talked about with the demand curve. Why do they call it horizontal summation? 1, 2, 3. Because the only things that you add are on the horizontal axis. You add quantities. Okay? Is everybody okay with that? All right, next one is going to be the general functional form, the sixth level of analysis, and I'll present that in a separate lecture. Talk to you later. Bye.